Hi, welcome to Coffee and Astronomy. I'm Jim Craig, and today I want to talk about equipment to buy, things you can buy besides astronomy equipment, things but work well in astronomy. Because if you're like everybody else, you got some kind of gift card maybe for Christmas or something like that, and you may want to get something that you can use in astronomy, but you don't normally think of when you're going out and you're looking at astronomy gear. You know, looking at telescopes, eyepieces, filters, Botnov masks, all that sort of thing. But I got thinking about gear that I take out with me that is really handy that you might not think of. Uh, I was just chatting with a friend a little bit ago. The single most useful item I have that I take out for doing astronomy is a fold-up table. It's a roll-up table. It comes in a little bag, and the legs fold out, and I can set my laptop on it. I can set my accessories box on it. It's just really, really useful. And it's a small item, and you can generally get them fairly inexpensively. But another item that I like to use is a chair, a fold-up chair. And not just, fold-up lawn chair, but a fairly comfortable. You see people use them for fishing. Now, you can get an observer's chair because observer's chairs are designed to work with telescopes. You have adjustable height, so if your eyepiece is so high, you can raise your chair or lower your chair if you need to, that sort of thing. But I've got just, an inexpensive fold-up chair. It's got a little table that folds up on the side, got a drink holder, that sort of thing. But again, it's really useful to have. And a stepladder. Now, the stepladder is for a couple different things. First of all, my scope is not big enough that I have to climb a stepladder to get up on it. But occasionally, when I take my scope out to a star party and I have to deal with small children, the first thing a child wants to do is have something to hold on to. And what do they reach for? Is the eyepiece. And when they grab that eyepiece, they've moved the telescope. The stepladder I have has a loop up on the top that they can hold on to. And I say, hold on here and look through here. And I tell them to look through the eyepiece. And it works great for that, but it's also, sometimes I've got to get down on one knee and need a little boost getting up. I don't want to lean on the scope, lean on the tripod for the scope, because then I'm going to wind up moving the scope there. So I keep that stepladder nearby. I use that to lift myself up and steady myself as I get up in the dark. Another thing that I really like to use or have available are hand warmers. You know the kind I'm talking about, that's got the little metal disc in it, and you give that a snap and the liquid inside crystallizes and it gets warm. And if you've ever been out and just need that little bit of heat because it's very, very cold, they are a great thing to have available. And all you have to do to recharge them is take them home, wrap them in a washcloth, put them in some boiling water until the crystals disappear, and let them cool down to room temperature again. And next time you need them, you just snap that, give that little metal button inside a little snap, and it warms up again. Very, very useful. Now, there is one thing I don't have that I do want very much, and I've been sort of keeping an eye on it. It was something I heard suggested a couple of years ago. Is sometimes you go out in the field and you want to do astronomy and it's cold. And you can bundle up and put blankets, that sort of thing, but you're still going to be cold. And what this guy was doing is he got an ice fishing tent. Probably cost around $100 or so. But he got an ice fishing tent and he ran his cables underneath the tent. So his scope is outside taking pictures and doing all of its thing while he's inside, and it's not shirt sleeve, but you're out of the wind, which makes a big difference when you're outside working at night. That cold wind, and it doesn't even have to be a big wind, 5-6 miles an hour can really, really cut through and make you feel a lot colder. And your breath and your body temperature, if you have a laptop in there, because if you're not at the scope, you're working with a laptop or a small telescope or a small computer, those in themselves can raise that temperature up. And while it might be 25, 30 degrees outside, inside that tent, it can be around 50 to 55 degrees, which is a lot more comfortable. So those are just some ideas of some things you might want to consider, if you've got your gift card, keeping an eye on. If you like the videos, if you have suggestions, please put them in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Love to hear what you have to say, some questions you have. If you have ideas of things that I haven't talked about, observers notebooks. Notebooks are great. Observers pens, red flashlights, all that sort of thing. Anything like that you want to mention it in the comments. I want to hear from you. But also, if you enjoyed these videos that I've been bringing to you, I guess this is now the 11th one, please feel, I would be really grateful if you'd click on the link down below and go to Patreon and throw me $1 a month, and you can become a Patreon subscriber where you get exclusive content, entry into contests, and direct access to me. So if you have a question and you don't necessarily want to ask it in the comments, I'll be happy to answer it via email. In different tiers of membership, you get different sorts of things. So please do consider that. Also, click the subscribe button down below. Subscribers tell any potential sponsors I might get. It tells them that I've got people interested in what it is I've got to say and might be interested in what it is they're sponsoring. I will tell you that if I ever get a sponsor, it's not going to be something that isn't related to something astronomical. So do keep that in mind. So until next time, this is Jim Craig with Coffee and Astronomy. Get out there and enjoy the sky. Where I am right now, it is currently winter. The skies are gorgeous. It's cold, but there's a lot to see. So get out there and take a look.